Hello love bugs, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm Sarah and I help people find inner happiness through fitness and spirituality. And today we're gonna get down and dirty. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna talk about trying new things and stepping out of that comfort zone that we all like to live in. Before we get into this, I want to know what you guys think the definition of a comfort zone is. What does that mean to you? What is a comfort zone to you? Let me know in the comments below. In my opinion, a comfort zone is exactly what it sounds like. It's being comfortable, it's being safe, it's feeling at ease, and most importantly, it's feeling in control. And we all love to be in control. So what's so bad about the comfort zone? What's so bad about being in control and feeling safe and feeling secure? Well, I'll tell you, there's no growth, there's no learning, there's no evolution. We become stagnant, complacent in our comfort zones. And you know, are some people okay with it? I mean, I'd like to say yes, but in reality, with the way we're wired and our human nature, I don't really think so. I think that people who say they are okay with where they are and they don't want to go any further, it's just a mask. It's just fear. And the reason is that when we're stagnant, when we're not moving forward or pushing through our fears or trying new things, we lose that spark. We lose that excitement for life. And I think that in society, we're not taught that life is exciting. Isn't that sad? I hate that. Life is supposed to be this fun adventure where we try new things and do new things and learn about ourselves and meet all kinds of wonderful people. It's not supposed to be this go to school, go to college, get a job, get married, die. Like, it's just not. And the way that we break out of that conformity and break out of that mundane going through the motions everyday life is by stepping out of our comfort zone. And there's nothing wrong if you're going through that process. I went through it. I went to school, I went to college, I got a job. Like, that's okay, you know, to go through all those things, because those are all things that do force us to step out of our comfort zone and grow and move forward and learn new things. Don't forget to subscribe. I want to share with you guys this awesome chart that I found. As you can see, ooh, I don't know where that hair came from. As you can see, we can stay in our comfort zones. We can stay here. It's just the first part, right? We can stay here, we can live here. If you're okay with living a mediocre life and not feeling joy and excitement and feeling a life purpose, then yeah, I say hang out here, hang out in your comfort zone. But if you're looking for an extraordinary life, if you're looking for traveling and growth and love and financial abundance, then you gotta step out of your freaking comfort zone. The shit's not just gonna come to you. I wish it could. But that's just not the way that life works. You wanna live a mediocre, stagnant life? Be my guest. Or we can push through the fear. We can push through the self-doubt and the fact that it is the unknown and we don't know what we're stepping into. You see, the voice in our heads, that little naggy voice that's always throwing you doubts, throwing you shade, telling you you can't do something, that's called our ego. And we'll get way into the ego on this channel, but the ego is essentially a part of us that wants to keep us safe. It literally, its job is to keep us safe, ergo, keeping us in our comfort zone. And that's what it'll do. It will nitpick at us. It'll scare us right back into our comfort zone unless we look our egos in the face, we look fear in the face, and we push through it. We take that leap of faith. We learn, we grow. Stepping out of our comfort zone takes us places that we don't even know exist, that we don't even know are a possibility, because you don't know what you don't know, you know? Like when we start a new job or we get into a new romantic relationship. It's scary. It's scary to step into the unknown. It's scary to, like I said in my last video, be vulnerable and put yourself out there. But if you don't know what you're missing out on. So we must have faith and we must believe in ourselves and know that it's scary, but it's also exciting. And lean into the excitement of stepping out of your comfort zone more than you lean into the fear. We must not let our fear send us backwards. Because the thing is, if we're not moving forward, if we're not pushing through the fear and getting to the third stage of learning and then getting to the growth, we're actually not really being complacent. We're actually going backwards. Well, think about it. If you're looking at life, you know, as a timeline, time is going like this. So if we're stagnant, staying in the same space, and time is going, and the world is moving forward, we're not going at the same pace, you see? We're getting further and further backwards and away from the growth that everyone else is experiencing. So you basically have two choices. Be scared, live a mediocre life, stay in your comfort zone, feel safe, feel in control, or lean into your faith and grow and learn and evolve. Find the excitement in life. I'll share with you guys an example of a time that I majorly stepped out of my comfort zone. It was about 4 years ago right now. And I was a few years out of college. I was acting and modeling, pretty much based out of New York, full-time. Kind of jumping around job to job, auditions, photo shoots, that kind of thing. Really struggling, but I loved it. It set my soul on fire. I loved that every day was different, but financially it was tough. And I was kind of at the point in that career where I knew that commuting the way that I was back and forth to New York City, it was about a 7-hour round trip for me, multiple times a week, just wasn't working anymore. And I had to make the decision whether to move, you know, to New York or LA or wherever and really step into that industry, or to step out of it and choose something else. Now, I'll tell you guys, I was in a weird situation at the time. I was in a newer relationship, not new, but I'd been with this guy for about a year at this point. And he lived a little further away, about an hour and a half away. And there was a little bit of manipulation there as far as what decision I should make. And while I hate that that was kind of my determining factor, I'm so glad it happened, because basically what I chose to do was to leave the industry full time. Even to this day, I still do it on the side, but it's not something I do a lot. And I went into car sales. Don't care about cars, never cared about sales, wasn't planning on moving somewhere else in the state. Logically, it didn't really make that much sense, but I chose to do it. I chose to try it, and it was freaking terrifying. Oh my God, it was so scary. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't know how to sell. I couldn't sell you anything. It was not something I'd ever grown up around, that I really knew anyone in. It just wasn't. I remember all of my friends being like, what? You're going into car sales? Huh? It was just the wackiest thing. It was the weirdest idea, but I did it. And I think within 5 or 6 months or so, I was the top salesperson in the dealership at that time. And I actually won a trip to Mexico my first year. So that was really cool. After doing that for a few years, I became very much into self-development and growing, and because a lot of people in sales are all about that kind of stuff, and because I wasn't surrounded by all of those types of people previously, again, like I said earlier, I didn't know what I didn't know. And I really enjoyed it. I really started enjoying that motivational stuff, the Tony Robbins stuff, the self-development. You know, eventually that put me into real estate full time, which is what I'm doing now. And I can't even tell you guys how much I've grown since I got into car sales and then real estate. How I've learned so much about sales and business and talking to people and different situations. I learned all about the cars and industries and real estate. And and the thing is there's so much more to learn. And I continue to work on myself and do the inner work as far as a spiritual side, and also do the growing part as far as the motivational side. You know, they go hand in hand. What are you scared to do? What could you do this week that will force you to step out of your comfort zone? Let me know. Let me know in the comments below. It doesn't have to be something big like starting a new job or moving or starting a new relationship. It could be getting up and going for a half-mile walk, which you haven't done in 10 years. It could be going to the grocery store and trying a new food that you found revolting but that you never actually tried. It could be putting yourself out there and calling or texting someone and putting yourself in that vulnerable situation. You see, stepping out of your comfort zone and vulnerability, they go together. They're very intertwined, and they're so important for finding our life purpose and finding true happiness and evolving and learning and living the life that we want to live. Don't be scared. Don't be fearful of the unknown. Face it. Punch that shit in the face. Boop. And while you're punching fear in the face, don't forget to like the video. Look, I will guarantee to you that nothing bad can happen within reason if you step out of your comfort zone, if you try something new. When you trust yourself and you lean into faith, lean into the universe, God, whatever you like to call it, and know that you're gonna be okay. And even if you end up, worst case scenario, falling flat on your face, you'll grow and you'll learn, and you'll be able to take those gifts and those lessons with you, and you'll carry them the rest of your life. And they'll snowball, and it'll go and go and go and go, and then one day you'll look back and be like, damn, I learned a lot. I grew a lot. I didn't realize that making this decision 7 years ago would lead to this, which leads to that, which leads to that, which leads to that, which leads to that, which leads to where you are now. So, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you guys so much. I'm here to support you on your journey through life, and I really do want to push you and make you see how wonderful you truly are. Lean into yourself, listen to that inner voice that tells you you can do it, and punch that other voice, your ego voice, in the face and say, psh, I got this. So if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe, share the video if you found it, helpful, and don't forget to smash the like button. And one last thing, don't forget, Be limitlessly yourself.